topic.
Today's topic is how do we introduce this? Like,
What?
we're basically gonna argue, grab each other's throats about a specific topic, and be so pissed at each other that we don't speak to each other for like a week until recording it happens again.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is gonna be so unfair because Miss Brittany isn't even here.
Yeah, we're doing game up on
You're gonna give up on me. I mean, we're gonna lose because Brittany sucks at debating. So I was gonna give that away.
Honestly, I can vouch for that every time I have an argument with Brittany. It's like,
She
oh,
comes from
it's just because you fucked out. No, I'm like, shut up, Brittany.
the dumbest shit ever. I'm like, Brittany, shut up.
Brittany's all like, I don't like reading. I'm like, manga is literally 80% pictures and 10% dialogue. Are you fucking serious, bitch?
Oh, literally.
Like, the fuck? I'll just like turn to a random page and it's just like, mainly you just see pictures, my guy.
That's why I'm dyslexic. I don't know how to fucking read because that's all I read. And then I'm reading it left to right. So it's like, what the? Or right to left. I open a book and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
You open it normally. It's like, nah, you're reading the wrong way. And I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, yeah, this was supposed to be ASMR.
Oh, ASMR.
ASMR. Eddie's just blessed, like.
I'm like eating chips in the middle of an ASMR.
Do it again.
Do it again, Eddie.
Wait. Can you even hear that?
Yes. I heard it. You went. Oh no. Already off to a bad start. ASMR.
So what's today's topic?
We're going to scream at each other. Quietly. What should I say it or should you say it?
What?
Just say it.
Wait, what was it? Anime versus manga.
Which is better? Anime sucks.
Yeah, anime sucks.
Anime sucks. Oh,
Just
no.
scream in their ears. Wait, are we still doing ASMR or should I talk? Or just whisper?
I think it'll be a big difficult.
I feel like the when the topic came up, the only reason I could choose manga was just because it's easier to hide my BLs.
Oh, wait.
That is so right. My goodness. Unless the cover is like really sus.
But it's like in like a bookshelf, so all you see is the bind, you know?
For example, there's this Yuri manga / anime. It's called Citrus, and every cover is just like, oh, that's kind of sus and shit. Yeah, the two girls will be like hugging each other and shit, or like they'll be blushing and shit, or like sweating. I'm like, oh my god.
It's so weird, like shopping like at a store, cause like I go to Books a Million at Ridge.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we all went there.
Yeah. I go there for my BLs.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll be like looking at them and I'll be like, ooh, what's this? And it's like naked man, and I'm like, oh god, the cashier is gonna have to look at me while I buy.
That's actually so embarrassing though. The cashier saw, was like, that's a little sus.
And then she has the audacity to ask me if I want a magazine subscription, and I'm like, ma'am.
That's how like in the series Wotakoi, there's like, it's about office workers and how they're dealing with like their otaku sides and stuff. And there's this guy who's like a closeted weeb, but he's like super like into like shonen and like beauty manga and stuff. And it has that same like description as you go. He gets like beauty mangas or something, or just any manga in general, goes to the cash register and he's all embarrassed and he's just like, I want to leave, stop talking to me, like and all that stuff. Oh, like
I was gonna buy like other stuff with it too. Like if I'm buying something that looks like super whack, I have to buy something that looks normal, so like evens out. Even though the cash register is only gonna pay attention to the weird thing, I'm like, at least I'm buying this too.
Oh wait, we said we were gonna argue. What the fuck?
Yeah, Eddie, come on. Tell us why anime is better.
I mean, I don't really even know what to say. I was just forced to argue for anime.
You hope Brittany would be like
Brittany would be like, it's because I don't like to read. That would be her whole argument.
I'm Jared.
Anime is better.
I'm Jared. I'm 19. I never learned how to fucking read.
Dude, me.
I mean, the only thing that I can think of right now as to why anime would be a bit better is because for manga, you have to like pay for that, and it's and you have to continue to pay for like every single chapter. You know what I mean?
Unless you get it illegally. Yeah.
Yeah, unless you get it illegally. And then with anime, you just gotta like wait until like the season comes, and then you could watch at least the majority of like the manga. And then you just
But-
probably have to wait until an anime studio decides to adapt it, the other remaining manga. So I think for me,
Mhm.
that was like the only thing that I
Yeah.
could come up with. It's just like it's kind of expensive to continue buying manga and to continue reading each chapter. So I think, in my opinion, that's why some people prefer just watching it instead of reading it.
But you also
Mhm.
have to pay for like the subscription of whatever you're watching it on.
That's true, but I think as well as that, it's not like as expensive as like continuously like buying manga. It's like isn't like some I can't speak. Isn't it like I can't speak. Isn't it like subscription
You could.
Oh my god, I literally don't even know how to speak English. Subscription is like, well, I don't know how much is it for Crunchyroll because I use illegal sites, so
Ooh,
I don't know.
I used to pay for Crunchyroll, but I don't remember. Isn't it like I don't know, like $10 or something?
It's
No,
usually
it's
like
like
think
$10
6.
or somewhere around like 10 to 6. So it's not
Yeah.
like as
Premium.
expensive to continue like
Mhm.
using paid sites. So at
Yeah.
least for my perspective, I think that's why like people would prefer watching anime. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with both. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, that you make a good point because we've both seen Maribel buy manga, and she spent like thousands of dollars
girl,
on like
yeah, if you right, didn't you post something on your story like
I
yesterday? Like
did.
you bought some like
Yeah,
shit, and then
I got super excited because like volume 3 of Spy Family came, and
how
I
do
was
you
like,
have all that money?
I don't know. And also depends on like where you get it from. Like
uh,
buying it off retail price is like
Mhm.
$10, just a normal size manga, right? Or if you get like the bigger
Mhm.
ones, probably like 15, 18. Sometimes I see like
Oh, I've been wanting to read that one. Yeah.
it's good.
Like every single time I go in the store, I see it, and I'm like, wow, I really want to buy this. And then for some reason, something else catches my eye, and I don't.
Mm,
And then I get home, and I'm like, I regret not getting it because like I really want to read it. If you love
yes.
it, I should read it.
How I usually pick my mangas, because like yeah, it's a lot of money to invest in if you're gonna get the entire series and stuff. So what I do, I just like read a couple chapters online illegally. Don't tell anyone. And if I like it or not, then I'll be like, okay, I'll stop reading there and just get like the series and stuff and whatnot.
That's smart.
That is
Mhm.
smart, actually.
I am an idiot. I walk in, look at the cover, and say, and then I buy it, and I go home.
That one.
That
I
one.
want that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the color scheme. I'm like, ooh, if it's pretty
Mm.
color, I'm like a fucking bird, okay? If it's shiny, I'll get it,
It's
you
like-
know? So like, ooh, it looks nice. And then I go home and I read it and I'm like, okie dokie. But normally I go for one shots more than I go for series just
Mm.
because it's, one shots, it's easy, one or done, If it's a series, I have to keep buying it and stuff. So that's
That
why I don't have a lot of
ass.
series.
Me over
Never-
here, volume 27 of Young
Oh,
of the Dawn.
It even feels nice. Just hold it in the hand.
It is. It feels so nice. Oh my-
Another reason why I like manga so much is because, like, on Pinterest, oh, that's nice. I've
It
seen
feels nice too. I'm like,
You're just stroking your book.
Low-key
I
flexing
do.
on it.
It's just it feels nice.
She sleeps with them
She's
at
That ass.
night. Mhm.
That ass. Like I sleep right here, and
Oh
it's
my-
above top right
oh
here.
no. You like tuck them in instead of like stuffed animals, you cuddle your books
I give all my books the blanket, and I'm just sleeping in the cold and shit.
at the foot of the bed, all curled up. But what I like about manga is like since you can collect them, it
Mm.
looks like cool. Like imagine having a whole wall
Yeah.
of
Well,
just manga. You can't do that with anime. But
Oh
like
my
with
god, the
manga,
anime
whoa.
DVDs. Oh my
Oh,
fucking
well, I
god,
mean,
don't
yeah,
get
you
me.
can do that.
That's one thing, but Jesus Christ, they're so fucking expensive. Just for like half of like, let's say it has 24 episodes. Half of it will be in one DVD and the other half another, and one DVD will be like $50. And I'm like, oh my god, no.
No, and then you buy it anyways.
Deadass. But I guess like to be devil's advocate and stuff, like yeah, manga is like fucking amazing and shit. No? But anime is also amazing too. It brings the adaptation to life. It gives the characters a more unique characterization. They're given voices, you bring them to life, and
Mhm.
including like the movements, like depending on what studio does it and
Yeah.
how they do it, it can really bring out the story and elevate it and bring in an audience
Yeah.
and recognizes it more,
hmm
including like soundtracks and stuff like that. Oh, if they do it right, oh my god, that's gonna be
But like it can be a hit and miss too, you know?
Mhm.
Like if they do it like wrong, or like if they change the story and they're like, oh, let's change it this way, you know, like it can really completely ruin the vision. And then like there are some adaptations like I won't say, but Death Note. And so
Ooh.
like, you know, the anime was really cool and stuff, right? But then they also made the live action, and then like certain adaptations just don't like
Work.
transfer well.
Mhm.
But that's like a whole argument of like live actions in general, because normally live actions have like a really bad reputation.
Mhm.
But yeah, like for example, Haikyuu, you know, like I don't read it, but my friend does, and she's like always talking to me about it and stuff. So I kind of know what's happening like with it. So like when she talks about the mangas and stuff, she's like, "Oh yeah, like this happened and this was supposed to be canon and stuff." And then she watches the anime and she's like, "Oh my god, like they didn't do this. They changed the this way and stuff." Like she still loves it, but it's still like it's not the same
Yeah.
because they change a lot of stuff in it. Normally for either fan service or like to appeal to a certain audience that wasn't
Mhm.
the intended audience originally. That's why it's tricky. Adaptations are just in general really tricky.
What's one series that you wish got adapted into an anime?
There is one series that was adapted, but I hated the way they adapted it.
Hmm.
Killing Stalking.
Oh,
Yeah.
wasn't it like it was like fan made or something, right?
Is it? I think so.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of people are talking about how like this person on Twitter was like showing everything or whatnot, and they were
Mhm.
using like 3D models and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they gotta be careful about that.
Mhm.
Cause a lot of people are like very like skeptical with like using 3D models and like anime and stuff. Totally
I
get that.
personally didn't like it. I know like I have a friend who loved it and she's like head over heels over it and she's excited because it's like, oh, like they're coming to life and stuff like you said. But I saw like the clip that she sent me and I said, oh no, I'm not watching that. Like I wish an actual studio put in time, money to like professionally do it. Cause
Mhm.
yeah, like credits to the person that is doing it because they're taking their time and their effort and their hard work to do it, to do something they love. And I'm like, wow, huge respect. But I would want to watch it if it was professionally done and executed professionally.
Yeah. I guess like working solo is a bit like tedious and a bit unreliable since it's just your perspective on the thing, and your perspective can like it definitely won't align to like a rest of like the fandom that
Mhm.
has read the thing and stuff. And I think it's really important for like studios or even someone who's doing it solo to have like some to be familiar with the original work in order to understand what's going on, and also like somewhat like understand how the fan perceive it to be as and stuff,
Mhm.
in order to fully grasp the series and how important it is to the fans, and how certain scenes or moments, characters make the series as special that it is. And I feel like a lot of studios, like, yeah, they do it for like money or whatever I see, but like I feel like if they had at least like a team of people who truly understood the culture of a certain series, it would really like elevate
Yeah.
the medium of it, to be
I had
honest.
to write a whole paper on literally what you just said
Wow.
for one of my classes.
That's awesome.
Due in 10 minutes, and I was like, I gotta
Oof.
shit this
Oh
out
my
somehow.
god,
And I just
girl.
like I just threw
Damn,
it all out.
crazy.
She really
Yeah,
was
it
like,
was
fuck
like
this
5 pages long. It was insane. But yeah, like literally what you just said, I was like, wow, I could have written that in my paper.
class.
Oh my god, because I always think about that. I'm just like, some people like always get a lot of people get upset when certain adaptations don't meet to their expectations, and it's just like, well, it's true, but like in my head, I think it's just they don't have an understanding of the fan culture behind it, and it's
Yeah.
mainly for like business wise. I see.
There is what's it called? One of the topics I had like within that paper, diversity like inside and outside of the film. Like say for example, like a show, right? Has a bunch of white people and like a black person, right? Obviously that's tokenism, right? And if the people within the writing room is also like mainly of Caucasian people, they don't look worse because it's like obviously tokenism. Or even if it's like a cast full of like minorities or like Latino or like things like that, normally the writing room is also white still, which makes the show worse because then the characters are just stereotypes with names and faces, and it's
Hmm.
not like actual, like they don't get the heritage or the culture or like
Yeah.
the mindset that these people actually live through. So they were talking about like how no matter how diverse the show may look, whether it looks like it's very tokenism or if it's very diverse and there's like variety, what matters is the people who are actually writing it and working on it, because that can change how it's executed, if it's executed correctly or not. And I
Mhm.
thought that was like really interesting, because I was like, wow, like you right though, because how many shows have I seen that like have like a very like cool like cast of like all these different people of color and stuff, and then you look at like the directors and writers and stuff, and they're all white, 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 and you're like, wow, like that's kind of fucked up, you know?
Mhm.
And then I even like read like an article about like statistics and stuff, where it's like a small percentage of people within like the film industry are people of color versus everyone else are just white.
Yeah.
And it's like its own type of like oppression or something within
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then that kind of like channels the way people see people of color, because what they're seeing is a white person's interpretation of it, which
Mm.
I thought was super interesting. And I was like, wow. And then I go to I go to school
Wow.
and all I see is white, 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 and I'm like, fuck.
Oh no.
It's happening here.
The
Yeah. So
suppression.
yeah, suppression. So it's like right now that you said that like it depends on culture and stuff and like the way they execute it. I was like, you right though, because like people don't know. They see what's on the screen, and they don't
Mhm.
see what's actually like behind the scenes.
I think it's like the same. It's similar how like why the Mulan film like failed and stuff. The
Yeah.
light adaptation is because
I
they
forgot that was a live action movie, or they made it a live action movie.
yeah, like people wanted a realistic take on like the story of Mulan, but they just added like supernatural, like
Mhm.
mystical like aspect to it and stuff. Even though they were supposed to take Mushu out, shit, but they had like the fucking like you said, the phoenix, and then the
Mhm.
villainess who like the sorcery and shit, and then they
Mhm.
use the element of cheat or whatnot. That's why Mulan's like she
Oh,
didn't
badass.
need
Yeah.
training or whatever. It's just like no, a big aspect of Mulan was that she became like a strong person through training and like exercising not only her body but also her mentality and stuff like that and everything. And they
Yeah.
completely threw it out the window and shit. I was just like, oh my god. And then I saw the director. I don't want to assume that she's white, but like at least I was like she was white, dude.
Yeah.
Either American or like European. I don't know. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
But
Caucasian.
but you don't. A lot of people were like, if a lot. I saw a lot of YouTube videos about how people were judging Mulan for the cultural inaccuracies of the
Mhm.
film, and I was like, they always fucking do this. Oh my fucking god! Like, have people who understand the culture behind it. If you want it to be like an actual representation
Mhm.
of what Mulan's supposed to be. And I'm like, what the fuck, man?
The least they could do is like a Google search, you know?
Like,
At
yeah, it
least,
wouldn't be that
at
hard.
least.
Even
Yeah.
use at least use Wikipedia.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
There was, have you guys ever, oh, okay. We all took Spanish at Solorio, so I'm sure we've all had this part in class where they talk
Our
about cultural
fucking
appropriation.
yeah.
And we had to watch the Book of Life, and they were
Oh
talking.
yeah.
oh yeah, I
Yeah,
hated that movie. I hated that
dude,
movie.
if we had to also write a paper on it, they were like, was it
Oh yeah,
good
we
or bad?
did. Like
And
I
I
said
was
it was
like,
bad because
I
I
said
like
it was bad,
wrote. I was like, this shit is bad. This does not represent our culture.
right?
I was
Bad.
like, what the fuck is this shit?
I was just vibing. I don't remember writing an essay for that shit.
It was honestly, it was literally just about romance.
Mhm.
That ass and how these two childhood friends just like fight over for like one girl or whatever. And then gods are the
Yeah.
ones that like manipulate them and shit just to win a fucking bet and shit because they're fucking petty like that. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
like low key Greek mythology, like the stories behind that, the gods were pretty petty and stuff
Mhm.
and would use like the mortals as like their pawns and stuff for their own entertainment and shit. I get that. But like,
Yeah.
but that's not what Mexican culture is about.
Yeah, it's there's like more, it's like more beautiful,
Mhm.
There's like more of a romantic, I don't want to say like romantic, but like there's like it's definitely romanticized within the Latino culture. Like even like Los Dias de los Muertos, which they talked about, I think, in the movie, is to like respect and to celebrate their like these person's death. But I feel like Coco did a way better job at that
Mhm.
than the Book of Life. Like they brushed over it, and then like Coco, like I feel like they actually took time to learn about the culture and why like people like Mexican descent and stuff like care about it.
Mhm.
Like there's just like this whole other thing. Yeah, it was bad. Like they said they said was it Cinco de Mayo was Independence Day for them, and it's in like
Oh my
September, and they're
god.
like it's so easy to Google it. Just put Independence Day, and it's like September 15th or something, and
Mhm.
and they said, "Ooh, Cinco de Mayo, it must
Like-
be Independence." Oh,
Wait, actually, I remember that in the movie now.
yeah.
That was so embarrassing. I was like, wait, hold up, did they say that right? Did I hear that right?
Oh,
Like
no.
y'all hear this?
Yeah.
Y'all-
Y'all hear this bullshit?
It was, I think from like watching the movie, it clearly was for like a child audience. It's like they didn't really
Mhm.
care about like showing that, or
Well, that's like the worst part though,
it
is that these
is.
children are gonna grow up with like these stereotypes of like, yeah, Mexicans Cinco de Mayo is like their independence and they have big like beard like mustaches and sell churros and have sombreros. Like
Like
that's
kill bulls and shit.
Yeah.
yeah, like that's how like they plant the seed of like this like stereotypical I don't want to say dehumanization, but it's basically that.
It's like a
It really
brainwash.
is.
It's
It
a
is.
Yeah.
brainwash.
Like a 5-year-old's gonna be like, oh, she's Mexican. Oh, I bet you sell churros and stuff, you know? And it like starts like this like racism, like, you know, at a very young age. And then like
Mhm.
I read an article written by a Latino person saying that the movie was good. And I was like, fucking pardon? Are you an idiot? Are you even Mexican?
Oh my god.
But yeah, basically they were saying like it doesn't matter if they got it wrong because at least they're introducing the culture. And I was like, you don't know what damage this is
it's-
doing though.
Inaccuracies of the
Yeah,
culture. That's
inaccuracy.
what they're
Mhm.
doing. That's
It's
how you know that person
terrible.
doesn't even celebrate not Cinco de Mayo. Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, for real. I bet they celebrate 4th of July. Dang, Brittany is 48 minutes late.
Wait, I forgot. Brittany was even supposed to be here.